Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Air Max 97s. So as you can see, it comes in your standard Nike sportswear box. I'll give you a quick look at the label. It's officially called the Nike Air Max 97 Premium, size 9.5 US. The colorway is metallic silver, varsity red, and black. And the suggested retail is $155 US, which I feel is a little bit steep for this particular version of the Air Max. For whatever reason, the Air Max 97 and the Air Max 95 retail at much higher prices than the Air Max 1 and the Air Max 90, which I'm not sure is really justified. Obviously, it is a different shoe, but I feel like at $150, $155, a lot of people are really just going to look the other way and not purchase this shoe, wait for it to go on sale, just like I did. I believe I picked this guy up for around $90 to $100 or so, and they are still available at that price. So if you want to pick up a pair for yourself, I will leave a link down below in the description. So as far as the Air Max 97 goes, for those of you guys that don't know your Air Max history or don't know too much about shoes, you're probably looking at this shoe and saying, this looks really, really awful. And that's because the Air Max 97 is kind of an acquired taste. I'm personally a really big fan of the retro design, obviously enough people like it to where Nike does re-release a new version or a new variation on the Air Max 97 every month or two. So it is popular to some extent, but it definitely is not for everybody. Everybody seems to like the Air Max 1, the Air Max 90, and even the Air Max 95 is relatively popular. But for whatever reason, the Air Max 97 just isn't for everybody. But like I mentioned, I personally am a really big fan. Now, what it doesn't say on the box is that this is the engineered mesh version of the shoe. So instead of having synthetic inlays in between all of these stripes and leather materials, it is Nike's modern engineered mesh, which is very breathable, very flexible, and just gives the shoe a somewhat unique look, but it doesn't look too far off from the original design. This is kind of that original metallic silver and varsity red colorway that I'm personally a really, really big fan of, and it uses a combination of leather materials, which is what you have wrapping all the way around the toe box area, going all the way around the heel. That is actually a natural leather, and it's pretty high quality. And then these extra rings you have here going around the top, these top two rings, are made from a highly reflective 3M material. And hopefully I'll show you guys the reflectivity of the shoe later in the video, because it really is bright 3M. Unlike a lot of shoes that Nike and Jordan brand puts out, you do have this extra ring of 3M going around the tongue as well. And like I said, it's just very, very bright, brighter than you might expect. As far as the Nike swooshes go, you do have your very small varsity red Nike swoosh on the outside, as well as on the inside in the same spot. The shoe is kind of symmetrical on both sides, and you do have your varsity red Nike swoosh here on the top of the tongue as well, which is kind of what makes the shoe weird looking. It doesn't have very prominent Nike branding in my opinion, but overall I just like the unique design of the shoe itself. You do have your metallic silver kind of pull tab here at the back. You can see it does say Air Max right there. The heel liner is in black, it's all mesh, and the insole itself is in that same metallic silver with a red Nike swoosh, as you guys can see. Obviously the laces run right down the middle of the shoe, metallic silver laces. And as far as the air unit goes, and I feel like a lot of the releases or the re-releases of the Air Max 97 are featuring different air units, and I'm not really a huge fan of that. I love this kind of classic air unit they have on the Air Max 97, and that's exactly what they featured on this particular shoe. The top of the midsole is obviously that white foam, as you can see. There is one Nike swoosh right there, and you can see that the air unit itself is somewhat segmented throughout the shoe. It is a full-length 360-degree air unit, but it is very, very old school. It's nothing like what you're going to find on a modern Air Max 2013, for example. Much more minimalistic and not nearly as soft and plush when you actually run in them or walk in them. But I think it looks really, really cool. And I'm actually surprised at how stiff it is. I've never actually owned a pair of Air Max 97s with the original air unit. But overall, I have to say I'm really happy with how it looks. And that's really what matters here, because I am going to be wearing these casually. You can see on the inside of the air bubble, you do have your kind of support system there in that metallic silver, which looks really, really cool. And I like that it splits here at the back in several kind of sections, which I think just gives the shoe such a unique look overall. The sole itself is again original too, and this really kind of shocked me. It doesn't look like you would expect it to look based on the top part of the shoe. It has kind of a more modern, futuristic look, but this sole really, to me, just feels very, very old school looking. You have pretty much no traction whatsoever in the heel. It's pretty much smooth rubber. And then you have kind of these little kind of rectangular and square lugs throughout. Again, it just looks very, very old. Obviously, the shoe was originally released in 1997, so it technically is an older model, but it's pretty crazy to see how far soles and traction patterns have come along over the last couple of years, especially on running shoes. You do have this one little bubble right here as well in metallic silver with your red varsity red Nike swoosh right there. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes. And I move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the Air Max 97s on feet. And as a pair of summer shoes to wear with shorts, personally I think they look pretty good, especially in this metallic silver colorway. As far as comfort goes, they aren't as comfortable as I was originally anticipating. I think this is mainly due to the old school Air unit. It is nothing like the modern Air units at all. It's a lot stiffer, a lot more rigid, not nearly as flexible. I'm not sure if this will change after some wear time to allow the shoes to break in, but for right now, from right out of the box, they definitely don't feel all that comfortable in terms of softness when you step into the shoes. As far as sizing goes, they have a very roomy fit. In my usual size 9 US, they fit absolutely fantastic, especially with this leather around the shoe itself. So if they did fit a little bit tight, that leather would stretch and provide a more comfortable fit, again, after some break-in time. But as far as sizing goes, I would definitely recommend going true to size for the most comfortable fit. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like with a pair of shorts. And move on next to what they look like with a pair of pants. To me personally, the Air Max 97 is a pair of shoes that I would wear most often with pants, mainly because they have a very simple styling about them, minimalistic branding on there with very small Nike swooshes, and the colorway itself is pretty simple. And personally, I just think they look pretty good with a pair of pants. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review plus on-feet video of the Air Max 97. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in picking these up for yourself, I will leave a buy it now link down below in the description. And if you guys want to see some high quality images of this pair here, to give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person, be sure to check out the review page on my website, linked down below in the description. If you guys have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Links to all of my social media can be found down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.